Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of It's About Time. Tonight we're getting into a little bit of an interesting topic. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I'm kind of glad that Drew's finally here with me. This topic floats around in so many different forms, social circles, all the time. It's crazy, but we're going to address it here. Daily BEATER. For those of you who don't know what that is, we'll define it and explain it. But for those of you who do know what it is, how do you what makes you think that your watch is a daily BEATER? Let's get into it, shall we?
First off, before we do, let's go travel on what's on the wrist. Jared, what do you have on the wrist tonight?
Well, if you guys haven't seen my previous videos, go back and check out the Hamilton khaki aviation, whatever it is. It's discontinued. Go to ashford.com, get it for $3.15.
And if you guys want something just a tad bit more expensive, you can actually go anywhere, literally, that sells authentic Rolexes and pick up a Rolex date chest from 1987. That'll only cost you about $4,000. But, again, I haven't worn it in a while, so I thought I'd bring it out tonight, especially for tonight's episode.
I don't think that one will go for
daily
$4,000.
beaters.
Close to it.
Well, depends where you buy it.
Yeah. Alright, so daily BEATER. Let's define what it is. So a daily BEATER is defined as any watch that can literally, as the name implies, take a bit of a beating during the day and still perform. Still run pretty accurately, I guess absorb any kind of shocks, hits, whatever it is. I mean, is it going to get a little scratched and dinged up? Yeah, chances are. But, again, it depends on, the material of the watch and how often you wear it and what you're wearing it for. So that's kind of like the simple, kind of basic definition. Did you want to simplify it anymore or not?
Anything that you can knock around to the nth degree and not give a crap about because it'll always work.
Okay, that's good. So if you just combine those two, it
Yeah.
comes up with a perfect definition. So let's go into this now. Daily BEATER, okay? Let's keep something in mind here, okay? When we're talking about a watch, again, there's hand winds, there's mechanicals, there's quartzes. A quartz, you could beat the living bejesus fuck shit out of. Yeah, curse, whatever. You can beat it out, and almost nothing's gonna happen to it, okay? A mechanical, you can mess it up. It's made of a lot of little moving parts, and if something happens to any one of those little moving parts, then the whole thing is thrown off. Won't work quite as well. Hand wind, similar to quartz, not quite as durable in my opinion, but still, not as many moving parts, a lot easier to, bang around, move around, do whatever it is to, and, doesn't affect it nearly as much. Now, there's so many people that say, oh, Rolex, like the Submariner or whatever it is like the ultimate daily BEATER. Okay, well, let me throw this one out there for you. Okay. Let's take an extreme, okay? I'm gonna drop the damn thing. Just drop it. On like a piece of pavement, okay? You wanna talk about a tough, now a daily BEATER is supposed to be a tough watch, right? Mm-hmm. Drop it. What do you think is gonna happen to it?
If it's, what, the Submariner?
Yeah, Submariner. You drop it on hard black pavement. What's gonna happen to
From
it?
how high?
Let's say you're carrying. Let's say here, you can put the camera in me for it. Like, let's say you're carrying groceries in the house. You have it on the thing. All of a sudden, something happens with the clasp. God forbid, comes up and then just falls right on the ground. Nothing. So the crystal is not going to crack whatsoever.
It's not going to shatter. No. They're right. I happen to agree with them.
Well,
I use this watch as a daily BEATER. I used it as my everyday watch for years.
okay. So I'm gonna pose a challenge to this guy right now.
I'm not going to drop the Rolex if that's what you're...
Why not?
I'd just be stupid. I could and it would work just fine, but I wouldn't do it just for the hell of doing it. Nobody does that. Are you stupid? I mean, would I like costing myself money if I don't have to? In case God forbid, something did go wrong. And first of all, he's not really setting the parameters fair. Because the Rolex...
No, I prefaced it with an extreme.
Fine.
So now...
Okay, how old's the Submariner?
I'm going to say this, okay? Take any watch you want. Any watch right now.
This is over 30 years old.
Take any watch you want, including a current Submariner, and drop it. Just a regular drop onto black pavement.
Nothing. Except scratches.
I actually think something would happen to it.
Absolutely not.
Okay. That could be an experiment maybe one day if someone ever wants.
Sure, absolutely. Take the $10,000 friggin' Submariner and drop it on the pavement.
Well, you say nothing would happen to it, no, right?
No.
So what would you be so worried about?
Because, God forbid, if something did...
Wait a minute!
Well, I didn't say the realm of possibility. There's a 0.1% chance something would, and if that were to happen, it would cost me a lot of money.
I'm going to tell you guys something right now, and I'm going to disagree with anything anybody would ever say, and I think every watchmaker almost would agree with me. You drop a watch onto black pavement or something like that's really hard, something's going wrong with that bad boy. I don't care if a crystal cracks, I don't care if something happens to the bracelet, something's probably going to happen to the mechanism. Chances are, I don't know, with a Rolex, there are a few watches out there that have like certain it's like material inside that's like a bumper, kind of like a
Zenith
like a padding or whatever it is.
Zenith does it.
But I will tell you this: you drop it on a black pavement, ain't gonna be pretty, boys and girls. That's gonna be out of your pocket, and it's gonna go into the repair shop.
I had two daily beaters.
What makes them daily beaters?
You could put it through everyday use. I can throw it underwater. I can throw it in the shower. I can do, like Jared said, you can do work around the house with it. You can literally do anything. You live your daily life as a daily beater.
Isn't that a better scenario of a daily than like saying like, oh yeah, we're just gonna drop it from
exactly.
Like people don't realize. Okay, first of all, how many people out there do you think have dive watches and actually scuba dive? Not many.
Right.
Okay. How many people, everyone talks about like the desk diving, where, they have the desk, sometimes it bangs in the desk a little bit. Let's not forget, we've talked about this in previous episodes, companies like Rado, Ceramic, they don't
that's
scratch.
Where he's going next.
They don't scratch.
That's
I'm going to let Drew take this one.
Beater because that is my only watch that I will actually play sports with. I can actually play softball with it.
Very comfortable.
He's had it on.
Very, very comfortable.
Okay, it's great to play golf with.
Right.
And what makes that even a better daily beater than this is because, number one, it's quartz. Okay, like Jared just said, and for all the reasons that quartz is good, it's great for a daily beater. You're not worried about the movement.
There's a piece of plastic inside the movement that keeps everything held together.
He's right. And it's nice and light.
Right.
This tends to be a little bit heavier. Any watch
it moves
that
around
is
the
heavy.
wrist a little bit.
Okay, so yes.
But it's meant to do that because it's meant to get some winding action.
Correct. So if we're talking about the best daily beater, I go with a Rado Ceramic because to me, I think that is the best daily beater you could possibly have because of the aerodynamic design of it. The ergonomic design.
It's the material,
exactly.
It's the movement, it's everything.
You drop that sucker on paper, what happens to it? Nothing.
Yeah,
it doesn't even
What?
scratch.
With that watch, I think at most the crystal would maybe crack or something.
If it hits the wrong way.
But other than that,
nothing.
Ceramic.
It's so light.
I mean, listen. If the worst case scenario, if it would have to be hit the wrong way. But I would definitely take my chances.
Oh, sure.
The ceramic would crack.
Sure.
But again,
it's made very.
It's literally made to have a hammer taken to it.
Absolutely.
Literally, that's what it's made for. Stainless steel doesn't
be.
Scratch. Whatever it is. But yeah, again, and I agree with you. I wear this watch to do yard work in. I wear it every day. I don't care what it is. I take it in the shower after I do the yard work to clean it off. It's got the 518 water resistance. I always make sure that the crown is in though, just to make sure that it's safe and sealed and things like that. Listen, guys, it runs a little under 8 seconds a day. I reset it once a week. But I think a daily beater is anything that's pretty accurate. Listen, stainless steel could be a daily beater. You just have to be ready to get scratched up a little bit, okay? Although the Rolex 904L steel is apparently supposed to be a little bit more resistant to scratches. I don't buy it. I think it's just a little bit of a more of a marketing, charge more money and things like that.
I know other people that like to go the other route with daily beaters and say a great daily beater would be a Luminox because of the rubber strap. You can't hurt that, and the fact that most of their whole cases are rubber.
Now, wait, hold on. Now with rubber, let's think about what happens with that. That could easily how many times I worked in Orologica, okay? You guys know this. Went out of business, and
I don't think they do that.
Well, it went out of business. So, anyways,
That's Dave behind the camera, everybody. Let's give him a little golf clap.
Yes.
The US Open. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know how many times people came in and their bracelet broke off of the lugs or something? I mean, rubber is not a beater. It's meant to be like broken. It is. Last time I checked, it's kind of hard to take a scissor and then to really like, isn't it hard to cut this with a scissor?
Yes, it is.
Okay, with rubber, you could do that.
You can cut it with a scissor.
Yeah, it would take you.
But it does get dried out over time, so it starts cracking and it starts peeling, and it gets pretty nasty. But yes, I know people who like to go the Luminox route and say, you know what, that's a great daily beater, it's a great dive watch.
Water has been known to get into those like crazy. People don't realize
Freaking
it.
sieves. I mean,
Again, when you, a lot of times
That's trippy, huh?
when you do have the screw case back, it's not like the screw down where you actually have to turn it, but like the little screws inside the case back, they say usually those are the most susceptible to water, and you have to get the seals replaced and the gaskets replaced the most in those. But I personally would say that any watch, okay, that you could wear it every day for swimming, for what. Listen, this watch, I would take it diving, no problem. The average recreational diver goes down 40 meters.
That's correct.
Most people don't even dive. You ask people that have like Submariners or a dive watch. When's the last time you dove? The Paul Adam. I don't get it. Wrong. I had to. I'm sorry. But that's what happens. You know what I mean? Like, listen. Yeah, daily beater, something that's a really good material.
It's got to be rugged.
Absolutely.
It's got to be light, in my opinion.
It can be automatic.
It's got to be flexible, and it's got to be pretty indestructible.
The other thing that I do love about this watch, I've worn so many watches in the past, and so this one has what's called crown guards on the side, which the Submariner has, and a lot of other dive watches have, and they're great because it helps to protect the crown from. It's not only coming out, but it's also the design. When you're wearing the watch, crowns that come out too much, they really upset the wrist and they make the wrist red. But when you have crown guards, it's almost like in the case.
Yeah.
And it really protects your hand. It protects the watch.
Corn does that really well. They actually have a crown guard to go over the actual crown. Which
Panerai also.
Panerai is known for that. Cartier is known for that.
One of the old Omega divers,
Yeah.
Breitlings have great
Yep.
crown guards. I know a lot. I know Submariner has fantastic crown guards.
Yeah.
But again, those are like daily. Everyone's like, like what's your daily beater? And listen, it could be a Mickey Mouse watch. I mean, I don't know. It could be whatever it is.
This is I would say this would be my everyday beater. If I'm going to go sports-wise for an everyday beater, again, I go right to the Rado. It's just a lot more durable than this one would be.
But now, the other thing, though, is this, right? Minus the Rado, there's not many automatics, theoretically, that you should really wear if you're going to really play sport. I mean, first of all, it's going to be hard on your wrist a little bit.
It's not even Rado's not even automatic, of course.
Right, but I'm saying, for most wrists, like for stainless steel, that's very difficult to play sports in.
I don't play sports in anything but a ceramic Rado.
It doesn't move around your wrist as much.
And I can't even play it in my automatic Rados that are ceramic because, again, they're too thick. He's right. The only reason I could play it in the quartz because it's such a thin.
Because again, automatics require thicker case thickness because they have to fit the movement in. Quartzes are like literally
it's such a slim line.
They're nothing.
Concord was the best of that back in the 80s. So I mean, and I could wear my Concord Mariners if I really wanted to for golf as well because they're so slim.
I mean, let's be real here. Literally, 3 ATM watches are not daily beaters. They really can't be.
Depends if they're Swiss 3 ATM.
It's
you get away with it.
It's hard. You know what I mean? I think it's a little hard, but
it's close.
Again, you have to have the design, the water resistance as well. I mean, listen, let's just kind of end on this note a little bit. You really don't want to be dropping any watch onto a hard surface.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, you really don't want to do that. It doesn't help the watch.
No,
it doesn't help it.
It never has, in my opinion.
No. That's why I let off with that tonight. But anyways. We thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Really hope you enjoyed it. We just wanted to address this issue. I thought it was very interesting. On the next episode, I'm going to have Drew just give you a little snippet of what he's going to go into.
Actually, we're going to go into this brand, Rolex. And basically, I had gotten some footage from one of our watchmakers. We've been wanting to get him on one of the episodes, Matt. And we're going to go through with you what it's like to really fix a Rolex. The complicated parts, he goes into it. on what the real ins and outs are of fixing a vintage Rolex.
Anyway, guys, on that note, I gotta get going. I have a huge hockey tournament to get to, but thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna have you take us out.
Yeah, make sure you guys send us emails, send us your thoughts, all right, keep the thoughts without the curses. I mean, really. But outside of that, yes, Jared, hope you have fun at your golf, at your hockey thing tonight.
Thank
A
you.
little golf clap for you. And, best of luck to Dustin Johnson to finish that out. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what the hell he said. But outside of that, again, he said it again. But outside of that, oh, that's right. It's his birthday on Sunday. We finally got around to that part. Happy birthday, dumbass. So, again, guys, please email us, send us your messages, send us your thoughts, your opinions on future episodes, and we'll see you next time on another episode of
It's about